They quietly rerouted your drug supply. 4 PBM mechanisms that decide if you get meds. Picture a normal Tuesday that turns ugly by dinner. Your kid's inhaler runs low. Your refill gets approved. The pharmacy says it's not available. The next pharmacy says not covered. Then your plan offers a solution that isn't a solution. Mail order, a different drug, a different timeline. You think this is pricing. It's not. It's routing. I pulled the CMS DIR definitions. The SCI 2023 MA, Part D final rule language that flips DIR at the register starting January 1, 2024. Plus the FTC staff report on PBM concentration and vertical integration. And the House Oversight PBM reports ownership maps. 4 mechanisms. Each one is a control lever you can verify in public documents. Each one has a named trade-off the herd never budgets for. And the last one on this list is the one they can't fully lock down, because it runs on public data and early warning. Wait for it. Here's Rule 0. If you can't explain the control plane, you're not insured. You're managed. The named enemy isn't a villain in a suit. It's the system design, delayed fee clawbacks, vertically integrated dispensing channels, and formularies that behave like routing tables. The herd learns this at the counter, under time pressure, with a sick body in front of them. You learn it now, calm, with a notepad. I filtered against 4 criteria. 1. A named mechanism you can point to in CMS, FTC, or congressional documentation. Point 2. A mechanical sequence you can diagram. Who decides when it hits, and what action it forces. Point 3. A structural advantage for the PBM that doesn't require changing the manufacturer's list price. Point 4. A trade-off with a real cost. Time, missed doses, network loss, or policy shifts that break your routine. This isn't about hating convenience. It's about refusing single points of failure. 4 mechanisms cleared. Here they are. Number 1. DIR fees, the retroactive ambush. It's not pricing. It's delayed punishment that forces obedience at the counter. 2 steps forward at the counter. 3 steps back weeks later. CMS defines DIR as fees, payments, or payment adjustments made after the point of sale that change the final drug cost for Part D sponsors and PBMs. Read that again. After the sale. That's not a discount. That's a delayed clawback. Here's the mechanism. You fill a prescription. The claim adjudicates. Everyone smiles. Then weeks or months later, the PBM assesses performance fees and adjustments against the pharmacy. Your pharmacy can't predict real margin on any Part D script because the real price arrives after the fact. Most people think the pharmacy is being difficult. But the pharmacy is being trained. The PBM turns retail into a cash flow hostage. Drop a network, refuse certain NDCs, or steer you toward the PBM-aligned channel where the PBM controls the math. Now the trade-off you need to understand. CMS finalized a rule change that requires pharmacy price concessions to be reflected at the point of sale for Part D beginning January 1, 2024, ending the classic retroactive pharmacy DIR model in Part D. Good. More predictability, but leverage doesn't die. It mutates into tighter network contracts, lower negotiated reimbursement, narrower formularies, and aggressive, preferred, designations. DIR is the cash weapon. Number 2 is route control, so even if a pharmacy wants to fill it, your plan won't let them. PBM-owned mail order, the hidden handoff. It's not home delivery. It's supply chain capture disguised as convenience. 80% control doesn't need a uniform. It needs a funnel. The FTC staff report notes the top 3 PBMs processed nearly 80% of U.S. prescriptions in 2023. And that the largest PBMs are vertically integrated with insurers and with mail-order and specialty pharmacies. House Oversight lays out the ownership map in plain English. CVS Health owns CVS Caremark, CVS Pharmacy, and CVS Specialty. Cigna owns Express Scripts and Express Scripts Pharmacy. United Health owns Optum Rx and Optum Specialty Pharmacy. That's a closed loop. The PBM writes the rules, formulary, prior auth, adjudicates your claim, and owns the dispensing channel it recommends. Your cheapest option becomes their option. Structural advantage under stress. When a shortage hits or allocations tighten, the controlled channel gets first call on product and the power to triage who gets filled. Everyone outside that loop hears one word: backorder. A Texas mechanic summarized it. The plan didn't deny my meds. It denied my pharmacy. Same result. Now the trade-off. Mail order is legitimately useful for stable chronic meds, until weather delays, signature requirements, cold chain items, or a controlled substance policy change turns a 90-day supply into a missed dose cascade. Mail order is the funnel. The lock on that funnel is formulary design, because the PBM doesn't have to block the drug, it just makes your version not covered. 2 mechanisms down, 2 to go. You just learned how the money weapon works, and how the funnel gets built. Next you're going to see the lock, formularies plus utilization management, prior authorization, step therapy, quantity limits. Stacked so one missing approval becomes a missed dose. Then you get the asymmetric edge. NADAC plus FDA shortage data as early warning radar. Public signals, verifiable, hard to censor. Move before the herd learns there's a bottleneck. Formulary fortress, the formulary fortress. The list is the lock. The paperwork is the timer. Your plan doesn't have to say, no. It just has to say, not this way. That's the part the herd never learns. This is routing by paperwork. A formulary is a routing table. Preferred brands get green lights, non-preferred get friction, and anything off formulary gets a wall. Then utilization management stacks on top, prior authorization, step therapy, quantity limits. So one missing checkbox becomes a missed dose. The structural advantage is simple. The PBM forces demand into the lanes that maximize rebate economics and contract leverage without touching the manufacturer's list price. You feel it as coverage. They run it as control. One drug stays covered only if you fail first on a cheaper alternative, or only if your prescriber says the magic words, or only if you refill inside a narrow window. Here's the named cost you pay. Time, not vibes, days. You burn hours on phone trees, then you wait for prior auth, then you miss a work shift, then you ration pills because the plan's calendar doesn't match your body's calendar. That's the trade. They buy compliance with your time. A warehouse shift worker in the Midwest put it clean. I didn't run out of medicine. I ran out of approvals. Now you're ready for the lever they can't fully lock down, because it runs on public pricing data and public shortage signals. NADAC Navigator, the cartel bypass map. Public data becomes your early warning radar, so you move before the bottleneck is visible at the counter. Remember the opening. The last one they can't fully lock down because it runs on public data and early warning. This is it. Most people treat a shortage like weather. It just happens. You treat it like a signal chain. You don't wait for the pharmacy to say, not available. You watch the public indicators that tighten first. Start with NADAC, the National Average Drug Acquisition Cost published by CMS. It's a public read on what pharmacies are paying to acquire generics. When acquisition costs jump, the next move is predictable. Pharmacies stop stocking money-losing NDCs, networks get stricter, and substitutions accelerate. NADAC is your pre-impact tremor. Then you cross-check FDA drug shortages. When FDA posts a shortage, your timeline collapses. The herd learns at the counter. You learn on the web page. The trade-off is concrete. You pay in time and attention up front. You build a watch list of your critical molecules, strengths, and dosage forms, and you spend an hour a month checking signals so you don't lose a week later begging for exceptions. This doesn't fix PBMs. It breaks their surprise advantage. That's 4. Now run the pattern. These 4 mechanisms share one thing the other explanations don't. They're control planes, not prices. DIR was delayed punishment. Mail order was the captive channel. Formularies turned coverage into a routing table with timers attached. And NADAC plus FDA shortage postings give you a public dashboard the system can't negotiate with, because it isn't a customer service line. Here's the dark truth. None of this requires anyone to hate you. It works automatically. It's just incentive design paired with your dependency and your calendar. Do your reconnaissance today. Pull your plan's formulary and search your exact drug, strength, and dosage form. Screenshot the PA, step, QL rules. Then pull the CMS NADAC file for your generic and track it monthly. Finally, bookmark FDA drug shortages for your category and set a weekly check. The math doesn't care about your feelings.